for your attendance tonight. Tonight, we have representatives from the 3 contested council districts of the city of Groveland. In a moment, I will introduce them to you. But if you would please, to honor America, would you stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance in 2 sections. Our first section will be an introduction to you by the candidates themselves. They will have 5 minutes to explain to you why they're running, what their experience is, and any other facts they would like to convey to you. Our second section will be a question and answer session followed by closing comments. The questions were formulated by the members of the South Lake Chamber of Commerce and reviewed and selected by myself. I will be submitting the questions to the candidates. They will then have 2 minutes to respond. This is not a debate, this is a forum. So there will be no rebuttals. Candidates will have 2 minutes to answer the question and we'll move on to the next candidate. Would ask that the audience and other candidates be respectful to the person speaking, as is always the norm in this kind of things. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the 2 candidates running for Council District 1, which is the Mayor of Groveland. Our first is Mr. Mike Radzik, the sitting mayor.
Thank you. Good evening. I am Mayor Mike Radzik, and I'm going to be re-elected on Tuesday, November the 6th. I'd like to start by thanking the South Lake Chamber of Commerce and the City of Groveland for their joint efforts in organizing tonight's forum. In my opinion, this evening's event is an excellent way to give our residents and voters some valuable information that will help them decide who they think is best suited and qualified to lead our city for the next 2 years. I would also like to take a chance to thank my best friend and wife, Rosemary, for her love and support over the last 2 years. She has been patient and understanding and has supported me despite the many challenges that she has had to overcome herself. Friends, I'm seeking re-election to build on the progress we made over the last 2 years, to continue working to ensure that the interests of the entire city are being taken into consideration as we develop and revise ordinances, make policy decisions, and to ensure that wherever possible, our residents are part of that policy-setting process. Some of my qualifications include having served as mayor for the last 2 years. I attended just about every city council meeting for the 5 years prior to that. And when I took office on the 15th of November, I was able to lead that meeting in discussion as if I had done it my entire life. I have a bachelor's degree in business, a master's degree in accounting, and I've used my education and experience to suggest changes to the way our city budget was presented to the City Council for review during our workshops, and also when reviewing various contracts for professional services. I am visible, well known in the community, through volunteer efforts such as the Free Groveland Thanksgiving Dinner, which is now in its 6th year. I've worked at the community garden. I've opened up our workshops for public comments so that our citizens can be part of the policy decisions from the beginning. And I've helped establish a good working relationship with our county commissioners, which in turn has helped us to take the lead through Mr. Louse's effort on the water initiative for South Lake County. But most important, I'm a true public servant with an objective to reestablish Groveland as a leader in South Lake County and to work for all of our residents and businesses to ensure that they have the services they need to live, work, and play. These are some of the qualifications and skill sets that I have used over the last 2 years that have resulted in a $2.2 million reduction in our city budget from last year, a reduction in property taxes with no impact on essential services, the establishment of the Downtown Visioning Committee, enhancements and improvements to our existing parks, a master plan in the works for the recreational center of Wilson Lake Parkway. These are just some of the things that I feel make me a good candidate for mayor, continuing as mayor. My education, experience, accomplishments, and involvement in our city and community makes me, in my opinion, the ideal person to help lead our city for the next 2 years. And I hope that after tonight's forum, I will have your support on Tuesday, November the 6th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next up is the challenger for Council District Council seat number 1, Mr. Jim Gibbons.
Thank you, Kurt. I'd like to thank South Lake Chamber, Ray, Doris, and Kurt for taking the time to put this on and also all the time they give to South Lake County. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow candidates. Thank you for being here tonight and listening to what each of us has to share with you. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jim Gearhart, and I'm campaigning for mayor of Groveland. I moved to Groveland in 1968 from Tampa. My wife Bonnie and I are proud to call Groveland our home. Two of our children and 6 of our grandchildren live in South Lake County. While one of our daughters, her husband, and our grandson live just outside of South Lake County. I'm a business in Groveland, and like you, I pay property taxes in Groveland. When listening to all the campaign lectures, promises, internet blogs referencing this upcoming election, it is important to remember there's always 2 sides to every debate, every campaign, and every story. I believe in holding others accountable and their actions as each of us are accountable for ours. As mayor, and your elected representative, I, to the best of my ability, hold people accountable to their actions, their spending of city tax dollars, and their professional representation of our city. It's easy to spend money when it's not yours, but our city manager, department heads, and council members have a responsibility to each of us taxpayers of Groveland to treat every tax dollar, with the respect it deserves. Budgets should be balanced in both directions, not just totaled without validation, and then divided by the quantity of homes and businesses in our city. City salaries, raises, bonuses, everyday expenses for provided services, contributions, projects, fire, police department costs, and every new purchase needs to be reviewed and controlled so that we, the people, can afford to live here and raise our families. Every employee, every department, every expense item, and even every council member needs to be held accountable to us, the taxpayers. As mayor, I commit each of you that I will watch your tax dollars as if they were my own to ensure we have a balanced budget that meets the city's monetary needs while not asking more from its citizens. To represent Groveland and Lake County government, assuring we participate in available grants and constant contributions, thus increasing our city's revenue, that we receive proportionate education funds for our children, and that the needs of Groveland are heard even in Tallahassee. Just like each of your families, our city cannot afford to spend money we don't have. When that happens, the only results are higher taxes the following year. Strict and consistent accountability is the answer. You know it as well as I ask you for your vote, a vote from each of you, a vote to ensure your voice is heard in Groveland. Remember, the vote your family needs a voice they can trust. Jim Garrett, I appreciate your vote for Mayor of Groveland. Thank you very much.
Our next contestant council race is council seat number 3. The challenger for that seat is Ms. Dina Sweat.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dina Sweat, and I am running for City Council District 3. I believe Groveland needs new leadership with new ideas that will help provide for a better quality of life for our residents, new leadership that will bring future growth to Groveland and jobs to its residents, leadership that is good for Groveland as a whole. I believe helping others is the way to give back to the community, and running for the City Council is my way of giving back. This is why I'm running for City Council. In working together, we can achieve almost anything. Being president of an HOA for 8 years has given me the ability to serve my community as a whole. I deal with the government, with realtors, and the public on a day-to-day basis. I am currently served on the CRA, which is the Community Redevelopment Association. I have attended 99% of the city meetings over the past 5 years. I have served on the Citizens Advisory Council and Groveland Task Force, as well as volunteer for all city events. With this background, I think I would be a valuable asset to the City Council. I am and will be committed to building a better future for Groveland. My vision is to reduce the City Council's pay to that of Claremont, estimating savings of $100,000 over 5 years. If elected, that will be my first motion. I believe the council should lead by example, reducing the council's pay to $300 per month for the council and $400 for the mayor. Groveland would save $100,000. To protect and respect our citizens' right to speak at meetings by making sure the agenda items are always open for discussion. Every Groveland resident has the right but not the obligation to speak on any subject that may come up in council meetings. But once the council votes no on that item, no one is allowed to speak. This is wrong. Everyone has an opinion and a right to speak. If the city council wants to know what the residents of Groveland think, then let them speak. It's called freedom of speech. I would like to continue with the revitalization of downtown Groveland, gardens, restaurants, bike trail, new businesses. Groveland is a multicultural city and has a lot of potential for future businesses. The opening of the Strip Center on Highway 27 on Saturday, September 15th is just the beginning for Groveland's future. With 2719 and the Turnpike also close together, we look forward to Tractor Supply coming in on Highway 50 in the Beverly area across from the Lions Club Turkey Shoot. Groveland has a lot to offer businesses of all sizes, and they need to come and make Groveland their home. The City Council needs to complete vital infrastructure projects, but they also need to be financially responsible. Doing what is needed and what is right for Groveland is an important decision. Doing infrastructure because something as an individual council member wants is wrong. This is for future development of Groveland and nothing more. As well as getting new business in Groveland, we need to develop and enhance safe, functional recreational areas for Groveland's families, children, teens, and seniors to work out and have a picnic or just enjoy themselves. There are very few events planned for Groveland right now. Our main events are 4th of July and the Christmas parade. I have always said that communication is a major key in keeping the Groveland residents informed. I think residents need something they see every day in their daily travels, whether it's going and coming to from work or just their daily routine. As an old saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it on a regular basis, you will not remember, or at least most people won't. There was talk of developing a telephone app for Groveland that our residents could download and have information sent to their smartphones. The same could be done by email if people sign up to receive these emails. I will do everything in my power to stop the sale, distribution, and use of alcohol, drugs, and prescription medicines in our schools and keep it away from our children. I will help educate our children about the use of alcohol and drugs. Being the president of an HOA, I am responsible for the bi-monthly newsletter. My motto is, if I see it, hear it, or smell it, I've got Groveland on speed dial. I'm not afraid to use it. I would be honored to be a part of all this future growth as an elected official of Groveland. Thank you.
That's